body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Good evening, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Welcome to our weekly Friday meditation session. Today is the 22nd of January 2016. How are you today? We began our new year for the Friday session since January the 8th. But for the past 2 weeks, I'm unable to be with the Sangha because I was having some retreats in the United States. I'm very happy to be home with the Sangha this Friday and also next Friday. For 2 more weeks, we will celebrate the Vietnamese New Year. So please, I think we will send out the January newsletter soon. So please follow up the schedule, so you know if you can make it, make your time. Please come and join us for the New Year's Eve and New Year celebration. As a being, we all have feelings every day. I should say that we have feelings all the time. Sometimes a happy feeling, sometimes not happy. Sometimes we have the feeling that we like something, and sometimes we have a feeling that we dislike something. So we never stop raising a lot of emotions in ourselves. The unpleasant emotional is one of the negative emotions. As a human, we cannot avoid, because we still have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and something to smell, and that is why those are the main places where we receive different kind of emotions every day. For instance, if you step into this meditation hall, and if somebody lights the sandalwood incense, and you will feel happy, relaxed, and you will say, "Oh, what a smell! great. But if you step in and somebody light the incense and the smell is not something you like, and you sit during the meditation, but the smell make you feel uncomfortable. So we always have emotional feelings all the time, whether it's positive or negative. If it's positive, that is the reason why when we are meditation, we try to water more positive into ourselves. For instance, when you are sitting and you're breathing in and you say, breathing in, I am still alive. Breathing out, I feel happy. Because sometimes of the environment, of the work, of the stressful, they brought us away from our mindfulness, from our positive feelings all the time. So sitting meditation is not the time that we just sit there for nothing, but we should always remember that we are sitting there in order to doing something, but this is the positive work. Look like we are not doing anything when we are sitting there, but no, we do not move, we do not react physically, bodily, but in here, there are a lot of thinking, there are a lot of wondering, fighting between present moment and the past and the future. Sometimes you sit and suddenly you thought about the one you hate, and there are a lot of things continue to carry on. I don't like that person. Today he said that to me. Last week he did that to me, and one thought is rise up in the mind, and many other thoughts continue to follow. So when we are sitting there, if something happens, jump in, we should remember, I am sitting meditation. I'm working with my positive. I'm no longer bound to any negatives. Breathing in, I feel fresh. I feel relaxed. I feel happy. Because maybe for the whole week, we deal with so many stressful things. And so we take an hour off after Friday, a long day of working. Instead of going home, somebody will drive directly to here. Or you go back home, you have dinner, you get ready so you can be here on time. That means we have tried to set up our time. That's why we come here with the Sangha, so we can come here to sit with the Sangha, with the community, with the group, so the energy of the groups can support us. So try to water yourself more positives while we are practicing sitting meditation. When we have the feeling that we don't like someone, that is a negative feelings. And what happens if we don't like that person? We don't want to see her. We don't want to hear. We don't want to work with. So what about if we have to see that person? People still can recognize that we do not like that person, because the way we talk to that person, the way we look at that person, the way we answer the question to that person, it shows that we do not like that person. Sometimes the one you like, the way you present a food, a cup of tea is different than the one you do not like, but you have to give to that person a cup of tea. Or we do not like to work with that person, but just because of our job, we have to work with that person. And that gives us the unpleasant feeling to work with someone we do not like. And sometimes we have nothing wrong with that person, but we feel that that person do not like us. Sometimes things opposite. That person do not like us. Sometimes we do not like that person. So when we don't have a good feeling for someone, Sometimes we don't have a good, a happy feeling for someone, and it shows. Somebody asks, what happened? You have something wrong with that person? We try to avoid. No, I don't have any problem with that person. But the way we answer, the way the eyes we look, it's already answered the question. Even we told that we do not like. Why is that so? Because we still have the pride in us. Because we still think that, we are not wrong. Sometimes we feel that we are not wrong. We are right. Or sometimes we think that we are better than that person. But how come his job is appointed less than me, etc. In order to avoid the negative feelings, what should we practice? Mindfulness. Because mindfulness will tell us the unpleasant feelings we still keep inside of us. It's heavy us. Sometimes we go to work, we have to work with that person for 8 hours. And then we forgot. We think, I'm waiting for the day to end soon so I can go home. I don't want to see this person. I don't want to work with this person. But what happened after the day done? We go back home. We still carry that person home. When we sit with the family meal, we still bring that person out. We continue to discuss and talk about that person. When we talk about that person, the image of that person still come back to our mind. There we go. We are not mindful enough. When at work, we wait the day to be end so we can go home soon. We just don't want to continue this environment. But when we go home, we do not know how to be clear where we are now. It's home now. It's not workplace. We should practice in such a way that we keep the family's environment healthy. Sometimes we are not mindful enough to be clear when is when, what is what. If we have to be at work, then let's do things at work. When we go home, sometimes we need to put away work with the people at the workplace or our job in order to keep ourselves, some time, some space. We have the habit, if something we do not like, we carry that all day long. Everywhere we go, we still bring that out and continue to talk. And that is why we do not feel happy. And when we're not happy, how do we look like? Our face did not show any freshness, did not show any relax. They can tell we have something inside. Even we attend a party, a wedding, wherever, but still people still can recognize in our eyes contain sadness. And on our face contain something heavy. So mindfulness will help us to be clear. When you come here on Friday, for many years, the word mindfulness continue to remind every week. Because mindfulness is the heart of the practice. Mindfulness is the heart of our daily living. Without mindfulness, we cannot eat well, we cannot live happy. Without mindfulness, we do not know how to moderate our daily use. Something we like, we just overeat. We do not learn how to moderate. And if we overeat, we feel tired. Without mindfulness, we do not know when it's time for entertainment, when it's time for practice, when it's time for study. Sometimes at night we watch movie. And because the movie is so good, that's why we continue to watch. We do not go to bed on time. And the next day we are too tired for many other things. And things left behind. Sometimes we set up the time that we want to arrive there at 6 o'clock. And then on the way we see something and suddenly we remember of something. We stop by and we tell ourselves, just a short stop. But when we stop there, something attracts us. We forgot our real place that we need to go. And life always happens that to us. And for those who are very new with the word mindfulness, and this is another way to introduce you. What is mindfulness? Mindful on the time, mindful on the health, mindful on the food, mindful on everything we do on our daily life. And if we do have mindfulness like that, we still have 24 hours. But within 24 hours, we still have we can do a lot of things. And we will know for sure what to do first and what can save it for next. Because we cannot do all work at the same time. Usually we said, the day will be end, our life will be end, but work never end. Things happen in this life never end. And we are unable to finish them all. But our lifetime will be finished on one day. So therefore, be mindful on what work we should do first. Let example, if I prepare that I come out here to visit the Sangha, to be with the Sangha and to share with you something in the practice. But when I step out here, somebody fainted, then the talk will be left behind. Take care for the one who fainted first. We're going to say, oh, that's okay, just leave them there. Let's continue our work. But sometimes, we are not mindful enough. We will carry away by many things that is not possible. That is not healthy at all. Every day, I have a lot of people call in and share with me their difficulty stories in their life. Just before I step out here, I have also a phone call from a lady. She cried with me on the phone and she said, Thầy, I know you have told me this many times, but I still cannot get over. And every time when I suffer like this, and you are the only one I'm thinking of, and I want to call you and just, hear your advice. Even I repeat the same thing. But people need comfort because they are still human. Same with us. Sometimes people very suffer because they are in the hospital. They feel lonely. They feel scared. They are afraid for their sickness. So if we step in and we give them few words to comfort them, to make them feel safe and warmth. And mindfulness will help us to see that we are one with others. We are never detached from anyone. Without this person, we are not here. My practice every day that I appreciate all my students, my monastics who are practicing with me. Sometimes I'm a little bit tired. And the young monks will help me to run the class, so I can have some time to rest. And sometimes they help me to be with the Sangha during meditation. I just come out. I only have one job to do, is come out and share and talk. So without them, I have to do everything. So we have to see that if we have one person, our work will be less. Why don't we happy? Why we only need one? We are the only boss. And if we are alone, and we embrace so many things at once, we easily get tired, and once we tire, we easily get mad. That's related. When you're too tired, you easily get mad. When you less work, you're more relaxed. When you can drop one down, you feel lighter, one thing. When you pick up something, you're heavier. It's like now when we travel, our luggage is only 25 pounds or 50 pounds. If we over the weight, we pay for that. So we must, bring just enough. Then mindfulness also the same. Be very mindful on your capacity, how much you can carry. Otherwise, you overload. And once you overload, you explode. This is the law. It's like a balloon. If you see it, you blow it. The more you blow, you see it explode. But don't forget, you stop there. Then you can play with the balloon for a while. And if you see still expand and you continue to blow, it will break. So that is the reason why we say 365 days ending. We begin New Year. Actually, we can count to 400 days, 500 days to call a year, no matter. But why we stop there as a period? For us to relax a little bit. One day break, tomorrow you continue. In Asian country like Vietnam, 10 days break every New Year. And now they celebrate 2 different New Year. Westerner New Year, East and Asian New Year. Each of the New Year, they break for 10 days. So they just finished 10 days, and now they prepare to have another 10 days in February. Lucky, huh? So you can see that if you mindfully you look at the calendar, at least we have one holiday per month, right? One long weekend, almost every month. Every month we have long weekend. Because that is the time to break. Mindfulness helps us a lot. On work, on health, on food, on medication, on sickness, everything. So don't get sick with the word when you come here on Friday and you keep hearing mindfulness. Something we forgot, we need to remind. So sometimes we say, hey, remember to remind me, otherwise I forget. So we do mind about that, but sometimes we forgot. And if we forgot, somebody will remind us. And we are not treat us well, so now we need to come to retreat. You come back to retreat yourself. And if we're able to see that we are one with others, the negative feelings for someone in us will less and less. At first, we don't like that person. But one day, you carry something, you're doing something, and so lucky that person is there to help you. The unpleasant feelings for that person since many days, now it's vanished because the help of that person. So if you know that someone do not like you, the way to relieve that negative is come to that person by the positive. He never say hi to me. It's okay. You do your job first. Say hello to that person first. When we have we teach our kids, we always say hello to grandma, say hello to uncle. We remind our kids always say hello to someone who is older. And when we teach that to the kid, it's also teaching us that lesson. Don't wait until that person to say hello to us first. Do our job as a human. When we see someone, we greeting to that person first. You keep doing that many times. One day, that person will say hello to you, and the distance between you and that person is occluded. It's a miracle. What is the power, the real power to solve the problem? Compassionate, loving kindness. Not the end, not the power of the position, not the power of the position, but the power of loving kindness, compassionate. Why? Because that come out from us naturally, no purpose. I just do it. And if you do something come from your love, without purpose, you do it wholeheartedly, but nothing you attach. Because if you do with purpose, you will attach. He is the one I help. So I must ask him to pay me back later. We always have, the purpose behind. If we want something to be solved, let us ourselves do it first. And this is something reality. It's not a philosophy. You never experience this unless we do it. It's hard, but doesn't mean we cannot do it. That's why in Buddhist practice, we always see, if we see each other, the beautiful way is join the palm like this, greeting. This is the way to show our humble. I humbly bow to you. I respect you. And sometimes you will see we bow deeply down. The whole body low down on earth. This is the way to lower yourself down as much as you can. When you're able to lower yourself down, that means you are bringing yourself up. What you bring yourself? The virtues, the good practice in you. Sometimes we don't like someone because we feel that that person have done something to hurt us. They have done something wrong to us. But if we open our heart, we think about why that person did that. And maybe if we in that position, maybe we still do the same. We may do the same, or even worse than. Sometimes we do not very clear about what happened. But we don't like that person just because we are hearing some rumors, gossiping about us. But we do not directly hear. We just hear someone repeat. And we easily to believe on what we heard from the other person. The mindfulness will tell us, do not easily explode yourself, express your anger like that. People can tell what type of people, what type of person we are. So if someone that they know that we are the one who is easy to get mad, they know what happened to us. Someday they want to make us get mad. They just come and tell us some untrue thing, and we just explode. Someday we don't feel well, we don't feel good. Do not hide inside. Find someone that you feel that you can talk with. Talk to that person. Sometimes you know that person cannot help you, but at least that person can help you to relieve what's inside. Sometimes you can leave a message in your answering machine. Instead of saying, hello, I am unable available to pick up your phone. Please leave me your phone number, your name, I will call you back. Before you say that, you can say, thank you for calling me. If you want to cry, I'm not guaranteed that I can make you laugh. But I can let you borrow my shoulder so you can lean down and cry. If you need someone if you need to relieve your suffer, I'm not guaranteed that I can make you happy again. But I'm sure that I can able to sit there and listen to you attentively. In Buddhist practice, we have a term called Bodhisattva. Sattva means being. Bodhi means awaken. The awakened being. The one who awake. The one who understanding. The one who have lot of awakening and lot of realizations. They realize life is difficult. There are so many people suffer, so they're willing to give their hand out and support. That's why you see in the Buddhist image, there are so many hands with symbol. Sometimes they do like this, sometimes they look like this, sometimes they look like this. Give me your hand. Sometimes a weak person, they walk. They're afraid to be fall. But if we just stand beside them, they feel great. They feel safe. A baby, a child, They have a nightmare. They yell and we just step in and we embrace that and they feel safe. No, not only a kid need that. The adults also need that too. As a human, we need that too. Sometimes we have a young tree that we just grow. In the winter, we must need something to cover, to keep the root warm, to keep that tree safe. So next spring, the tree still can survive. A tree still needs that protection. Then what about us? We need protection too. Mindfulness will help us to protect us. Mindfulness will help us to see the other suffering and we learn to protect the others. How can we cultivate mindfulness? Meditation. You do not need much time, 15 minutes per day. Sit, relax yourself, relax your shoulders. Try to relax your whole body. There is nothing on your body that you try to hold. Relax your mind and breathe. Every time when you breathe, you keep smiling. I'm happy. I still breathing. When I'm still breathing, that means I'm still alive. When I'm still alive, that means I still can do things. When I stop breathing, everything will be stopped. Do you see the related? I receive lots of messages from friends around the world, and they always remind me, Thầy, your health is our health. Your happiness is our happiness, because we need you. And what is that? That is the way to show their love. And because they also receive love from me. And because I love them, that's why I try and learn to practice. To showing your love, sometimes you just do it. You don't have to say much. Just do it. They still can feel your love. For example, you know that your wife loves to have a dinner every day. You don't have to promise or anything, just be home on time every day. To have meal together with the family. Show love. You don't have to declare. But if you're able to declare, that will be great. But declaration is not better than we do it. And that is how Buddhists doing confession. Not just repeat your mistake and apologize and sorry. Show your intent that you change. That is the real confession in the Buddhist practice. You recognize your past. You're willing to correct your future. You have ruined your past already. You have damaged your past already. It's now the time for you to take good care for your future. And that is how Buddhists confessed. We do have a confession ceremony. But the ceremony is the way to remind you, to remind us. So instead of suffering and regretting for the past, why don't we wholeheartedly do something for the future? So with mindfulness, will tell us, I know you don't like me. But I'm sure I have no hate for you. Try to do this. If we're unable to love someone, than not to hate. Hate is what? It's a negative feelings. If you don't like it, that's fine, then don't hate. I used to say, if you have nothing to give, that's okay, but please don't steal. You have nothing to give, but instead you're stealing. That is negative. So what is the purpose of life here? Try to cultivate the goodness within inside of us. We do have that. But we don't have any mindfulness to cultivate that, to make that possible. Somebody will lost. They will say, I have no purpose for my life. And that is not true. Every single thing has a purpose. A piece of paper, the purpose of a piece of paper is to write. The cushion, the purpose of the cushion is to help people to sit so they can feel comfortable. Even the rag, the purpose is to sweep, to make a place dirty become clean. So there is nothing without purpose. Then we are here for our purpose. We are here for the purpose. I don't do much, but at least I can do something for my loved one, for the one around here with me. I am not a saint, but I can be a father. I am not a saint, but I can be a good mother. I am not a holy person, someone, a hero, but I can be a hero of my dad. I study hard. I make him happy. I make my mom happy. I cannot make the whole world happy, but at least I can do my family happy. We can do it. Why not? So mindfulness will give us a lot of energy to live. There was a young monk who stayed with an old monk. Both of them stay in a very old and poor temple. And this young monk every day have to walk down into downtown and arming for the food. But instead of receiving some food, he received a lot of blaming. They blaming the both monks. He had nothing home every day. Instead of full bowl of food, he come back with the empty bowl. Every day he come back to the temple, he sit down with his master and complain, Master, I don't know what we do. People hate us. People don't like us. When I go down to the downtown, they don't, instead of giving food, they give me a lot of blaming. Every day he talks same thing, same topic, same story with his master. And one day after he repeat what's going on the street, the master said, Are you done? Are you finished? Yes, I finished. Are you tired now? A little bit. Are you cold now? Yes, I'm cold. Let's go to bed, the master said. They both go to bed, cover them up with the blanket. After an hour, the master turned around and said, Are you warm now? Are you warm enough? Of course, I cover myself with a blanket. I feel very warm now. What makes you warm? You or the blanket? The master asked. He said, Of course, in myself, in my body, I have heat. That's why I feel warmth now. Not the blanket. And the master said, if the blanket did not give you any warmth, any heat, then why you need the blanket? Now he understands. The master said, the blanket itself doesn't give you any heat. In your body, you have heat. But you do need the blanket to cover yourself up, so to keep your heat in here, so keep you warm. Do you understand what I said? Same thing. The other people who blame you, who hate you, they don't give you any heat. But because of them, if you continue to giving your heat, they are the one like a blanket who keep your heat. So do not expect them to treat you well first. We just treat people first, and they will treat us back. It's like a blanket. The blanket itself have no heat. But without the blanket, we cannot keep our heat. We cannot keep ourselves warm. So my last story is the story about the blanket and the monk. Life is like a blanket. Itself have no good or bad. They cannot give us anything, but they still can keep us to move on. The more difficulties, the more they protect us to move on ourselves further. Because we already have the heat in our body, we need something to cover, to keep the heat, and then we feel warm. And we say, put on your blanket so it keep you warm. Why is that? Because we already warm. Once we can give out the heat, things outside will protect our heat, and we warm. The one who hates us is like a blanket. Do not expect them to give us any heat. We ourselves just give out the heat. And they will help us to protect, to keep ourselves warm. Without mindfulness, how can we see this? We use the blanket every day, but we have no subject to meditate. Tonight, when you cover yourself up with a blanket, you remember the story. And from now on, every time we put on the blanket, this story will come back to us and remind us. People around us can hate us, but ourselves, we have no hate for anyone. And things will not match. We love them, they will love us back. But if they hate us, we hate back, things will be matched. We always want to find a match. And we have a lot of expectation on our match. That's why we unmatch. Yesterday, I have a young monk to help me to do some paperwork. And when I teach him how to put the paper back in order, and I told him that doesn't matter whether the paper is small, big, long, or short. When you put paper in order, just find the edge here, and put them all together like this. The important is right here. Just put all the edge right here, and we will keep them in order. Nothing will drop, will fall out. You see what I mean? Life is like that. If we're able to put things right here in order, then everything will be kept. That is my meditation. You don't have to sit on cushion for hours. Once you have the key of mindfulness, you can open the door to practice all day long. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your attendance. I hope you have a good weekend. And we'll see you next Friday. Please follow your breath along with the 3 sounds of the bell. Be happy that you are in the present moment and you still breathe and enjoy your quiet time together. Please stretch out your legs.